So welcome back to the Drift Crisis, everyone. It has been a hot minute, and I am happier than ever that we are back. So, in our last session, things went decently well. People almost died, we had a good fight. All in all, though, most importantly, the malevolent AI Cora was finally and fully destroyed. Gotten rid of. AI Core plucked out of Cynosure's network and taken so it could not commit any more crimes against people wherever it may end up. And you all were able to return safely from your jaunt into the network, something that the person who put you there really made no promises about actually going well. But hey, they tried their best and it worked out, so that's what we call a success. In the aftermath of that fight, freeing Cynosure from Cora's control, you met with Desna once more, who had stepped away from the realm for some other business, and thanked you for your assistance in this whole matter. Of course, offering you guys not just her thanks, but some material rewards that were handed out later, and more specifically, taking Cora's AI core and adjusting it, creating effectively a twin of Cora named Caro. Has all of Cora's memories and capabilities, but has the sort of distinct inherent desire to help. One not twisted by centuries of loneliness in a decrepit and decaying freighter, one that still wishes to see the stars and experience freedom, but is also grateful for the fact that your actions are what led to them being brought into existence. So Caro is joining you guys on the Primarata in order to help out and keep the ship working, but also took one last sort of day for you guys to rest and relax, as you had only so much time that Desna could provide you guys here in Cynosure before you had to head back out. For things are happening in the universe in the wake of the Drift Crisis, and, well, you guys have offered your help. However, this did also include a bit of a sad goodbye for you all, as Desna asked of you all for who would be willing to continue to assist those afflicted by the crisis, and Kimana spoke up, stating that while she loved you guys so much, really enjoyed all the time you've spent together, the tours you went on, and getting to know you guys, the danger that these events are all having is a bit too much for her. And she wants to still help, she wants to save people, but considering you guys seem to be getting thrown into some of the more dangerous situations, it's just a bit too much on her. And she asked to take on other jobs for Desna that she is going to be going off and doing. While the rest of you, when you are ready to go, which is pretty much at the start of session here, unless there's any last things you guys would like to do, you guys are going to the astral plane. Specifically to the River of Souls, where a family of explorers shipwrecked during the drift crash in the astral plane are being pulled towards the boneyard, unable to pull their ship free and get to safety. Being dragged into the boneyard along the river is a death sentence for anyone stuck on it. But hopefully you guys can arrive, help their ship repair a little bit, and even get them free of the River of Souls. But That is the destination you guys have. You have been given coordinates for the Signal Chaos engine by Desna for this. Thankfully, it is truly just positional coordinates this time, as you are heading directly to the Astral Sea. You don't have to worry about any timeline or dimensional shenanigans with this. It's just a warp. Hopefully. Surely nothing will go wrong, I promise.
Sounds like a lot of things are going to go wrong.
But in the 2 odd weeks you guys have stayed here in Cynosure, you guys have also made some adjustments to your starship. So feel free to take a look at the Primarata sheet, make sure everything looks correct for what you guys talked about. Upgrading the power core to an Arcus Ultra, upgrading to a Tetranode computer, better thrusters, advanced long-range sensors, a couple extra engine bays that I did not create inventory items for because I'm lazy. Slightly better armor, and some new weaponry as well. A coil gun forward mounted on your ship, and a pair of light plasma guns linked together for big boy damage on your ship's turret. So, are there any last things people would like to do here in Cynosure? Any final thoughts, things to be done before you guys are ready to go and head out?
Now that we don't have that mystic, we don't really need that staff of healing anymore.
Yes. Would you like Desna to have provided you some credits instead of that? Because that was an offer.
Be super cool, because then I can upgrade my pain glaive to a advanced pain glaive.
Oh, how many credits do you need for that?
They find oh my god. Hold on.
It is 350 credits right now. You should only need 650 credits, I believe, to upgrade it.
I think that is what I need.
All right.
And I currently have 153.
Well, if everyone's okay with it, you can simply
absolutely.
Sounds good to me.
upgrade it, keep your money, and it costs 650, so you guys will get 250 credits instead of the Staff of Healing, as well as that upgrade. Something for you guys to take advantage of, perhaps. 250 credits. Yippee. I'm not going to make the mistake of distributing it to people again. We learned our lesson.
Thank you, Mr. Jericho.
You're not welcome.
Why do you hate me?
Do I need to give you the reason?
You reminded me so much of my father.
All right, then. Okay.
All right.
All right. I don't want to unpack that right now.
Nor should you.
So, you guys have some stuff. Remind me, who took the wings?
I did.
The wings got taken by Halicon. Yes, the ultralight wings provided by Desna for you guys as well. And the blessed tattoo against fiends.
And by Helicon, you mean Amara.
Yes, I can't fucking
Same person, right?
think. My brain doesn't work today, as per usual. I'm sorry. Amara can fly. Halicon got the tattoo.
Helicon already has wings.
Yes.
2 sets would be excessive.
Are they functional?
Halicon doesn't have a fly speed yet.
Like 10 minutes a day, I do.
Oh, right, you
Look at
hit
this
level
guy.
5.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Then you guys have 250 credits. If there's any last thing you guys would like to spend that on now, before heading out.
I mean, there's a good argument to be made for more healing items. We burned through quite a bit in the last fight, and
I
we
can
also
also-
lost a mystic.
I can make a bunch of healing items.
Oh yeah, you can craft things,
I can
right?
make. Yeah, I can craft stuff for you. I can make. I mean, I have alchemical crafting. I can make healing items.
You can
I can
indeed.
make. I can make. Would it be 2 or would it be 8?
You craft consumables in batches of 4 at a time.
But if I use my sorry, Talisman Dabbler. I misread Talisman Dabbler
Yeah.
as daily crafting. My apologies. I can just make a shit ton. I mean, it's 120 credits for 4 med patches, for 4 like commercial med patches.
You guys are also at a level that you could start making tactical med patches, which are level 5 and do a bit more healing.
Could I bug Desna for that recipe?
Hey, you know what? Welcome to remastered Pathfinder and Starfinder. You automatically get higher level
I
recipes.
ought to have that meant.
Yay!
Right. I'm just gonna add that recipe to myself.
You no longer really ever have to worry about buying high level recipes. Kind of funny.
Hell yeah.
So yes, now med patches are specifically not alchemical. You would be
Yes,
making
but I can't-
elixirs of life if you are alchemically crafting.
But I also have tech crafting.
Yeah, you can also just make med patches.
Yeah,
if
I
you
can
have the
make med
formulas.
no matter what.
Perfect.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so you guys can do that, but you don't really have a ton of time at this point. That would be the difference.
Yes. But
Or
when we get
versus
on
if
the
you want
ship,
to
I can
buy
just
them.
3D print them.
I feel like there's an issue with 3D printing healing items.
I see no issue with it.
That just doesn't feel right, right? Is that just
Don't
me?
feel right. That is just you.
Because that is Fabricator.
You tell me I'm wrong?
Technically, Fabricator does not restrict that sort of item, so yes, you could do it. But again, you guys are going directly warping to your destination here.
It would feel better if we bought at least one of the tactical med patches right now, so we have it. It's a good emergency. Oh shit.
It's
Things are
1,200
bad
credits.
things.
I mean, how much money do we have?
You guys
in the
have
stash?
250 credits in the stash.
We don't have enough.
One is
12.
300.
Yeah.
I've got a few credits that,
Oh,
that I
right,
can
sorry.
throw
I'm looking
to-
at the crafting costs. Those are wildly different.
Halicon, if
Got
you
250
wish to
in the stash,
throw in
I'll do
50
the
of
other
your
50.
credits. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And I will throw a tactical med patch in the party stash for you guys. You do still have, like, 4 commercial med patches, you've got 3 minor healing potions, you have a lesser healing potion, and you now have a tactical med patch. So you do have a number of healing items. You also have Spray Flush that will let you treat wounds more frequently. So,
Oh yeah.
you guys are not out of healing options. It is simply your in-combat healing is a bit more restricted.
Yep.
So that is just something to be careful of.
That's right. I wanted this camouflage.
But
Sorry. Figuring out my upgrade next.
no worries. I think you already have an upgrade, do you not, on your armor? I guess not. Thought you did
don't
for
see
some
one.
reason.
You might be thinking me because
I know you've
But,
got the mobility enhancer, Durgesh.
Yeah.
And the ultralight wings are an augmentation, not an upgrade. So, okay. Fantabulous. Any last things? Any decisions need making before we get on the space roads?
Does anyone have upgrade slot to put the shield that Kimana used to have?
I think I do.
You're assuming I'm willingly giving you guys Kimana's items.
Yeah, I
thought
have-
she gave it to us.
I have 1 upgrade slot in my carbon skin. I don't have anything on me. What does her shield do?
That's temporary hit points, basically.
I will be nice and have Kimana leave some of her more important items with you guys. Since you guys are going to be doing the fighting. That will include her Charm of Electricity resistance, the Crimson Bangles, an auto recognition lens, a force field, and that's about it. She will keep the Diva's microphone and ventriloquist ring for herself. She'll also give you guys the 2 spell gems she was holding on to, just so you have them.
Can you put the shield thing in chat?
It is a commercial force field.
That'd be wild. She kept held onto those bangles. You know, she could keep those so that the devil goes after her.
So the devil goes after her, not you guys.
Let's give it to.
That's just
she can
cruel.
keep those. She can keep those. It's fine.
No, they're in the party stash for you guys.
I already have. I have shield as a spell. I don't need this.
That's different from shield, isn't it?
Yeah, this is different from the shield. It does not give you an
Yeah.
AC. This just gives you effectively additional hit points.
Yes.
And it is an armor upgrade.
Yeah, so I can't
I
use it
have-
because I'm using mine already.
I can use it.
Do you think a potential 6 extra hit points is going to be useful?
Watch, you won't shake. Watch, I think we won't shake it, and then they'll die
Instantly
Because-
get murdered.
because of not having 6 hit points.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take it and instantly get killed.
Hey, if people like the toughness feat for even just 1 more hit point at level 1,
Yeah, I'll take the first. I'll take the force field. Why the hell not?
even if you don't spend actions to activate it, always at least you've got it.
Yeah.
It's better than not having it. And then, as typical for like upgrades and whatnot, just put in parentheses in the name, like what it's attached to, just so we can recall that, yeah, it's attached to something.
Yeah, I got you.
Who wants the charm of electricity resistance? Who wants electricity resistance 5?
I sort of really want that because I'm usually in the front getting hit by everything. Then again,
Okay.
I'm already fairly tanky. I'm not. Could be persuaded either way.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, go ahead, take it.
All right.
Sold to the Sheeran next door. Fantabulous. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Also, make sure everyone feel free to take a long rest if you have not already, because you should be at full resources at this point. And does anyone want the Crimson Bangles right now?
No.
Lets you set up a 30-foot teleport effectively.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. My staff didn't even activate. It's annoying.
Sometimes Foundry gets goofy with the staff activation setup. Alrighty then, we'll just leave that stuff in the party stash for now, and you guys finally board your vessel. Primarata, freshly repaired and outfitted after your journeys. It was definitely struggling along for the last little while you guys were attached to the final horizon. Even with the repairs Thinker and Amara had made on it, it was still decently damaged and not particularly nice looking on the exterior from your run-in with the Aslanti Star Empire when you were in Veskworld. But now it is fully put back together, a beautiful piece of technology that is completely repaired, almost looks brand spanking new, especially with the adjustments to equipment that you guys have had put on it these last few days. We're gonna pop on back to the Primarata map at this point.
Who's my good ship?
Who is still on the ship? at this point?
Quite a lot, actually.
Like, are the pirates like?
Yeah, they've sort
The
of
pirates
integrated the
too.
crews together.
Okay.
So Cobalt, Monaceta, Navra, their people. I think we will say here in Cynosure, T'Pol and Kian also disembark fully and go about potentially helping Kimana or helping out in other aspects. But Nanura and O'Neill remain on the ship with you guys and sort of helping out. And of course, you guys have just gotten Caro as a new crew member as well. So, you've still got a decently sized crew, a bit larger than you guys started with, but also all quite competent at this point.
I'm just surprised that the pirates are sticking with us.
Yeah. I mean, you guys worked out a deal with them. Granted, I believe, if I recall correctly, it was Kimana who worked out the deal with them, so... but at the end of the day, it is technically kind of sort of both of your guys' ships together. So at the end of the day, they care about this just as much as you guys do. And they were pirates more of necessity than anything else, so given the opportunity to turn a new leaf and help people out, they are more than willing to take that leap and make some change.
All right.
But as Amara settles into the pilot seat, some of you guys settle in on the different scanners and computers, or even just head off to rest or perform recreational activities that you guys have more than enough space for at this point. Caro heads over to the signal chaos engine and inputs the set of coordinates provided by Desna. And for the first time in a while for you guys now, it feels like, the Primarata takes off from the landing station here in Cynosure and heads back up into the clouds and beyond.
Oh boy.
As you guys pull out of the atmosphere of Cynosure, very quickly set up and activate the signal chaos engine, once more reality in front of you splinters and shatters like a pane of glass, opening up a tunnel through space and time, through the planes themselves that you are set to travel through, looking far more stable than it has in the past with your excursions with the engine. With practiced precision, just like entering the drift, you pilot the starship into this breach, follow through the tunnel of fun lights, sounds, and colors for a little while, not too long, not too short of a period, for once without any real turbulence. And I mean, with nothing going wrong, it doesn't take long for your guys' ship to emerge on the other side.
Nice.
For once, something didn't happen. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is how you got to hell. I understand.
Yeah, kinda, sorta. As the Primarata emerges from this tunnel, you find yourselves in a vast, sort of silvery gray, almost emptiness. A space of near white that just stretches on endlessly. Through it, however, it is marred by what looks to be almost liquid starlight, traveling in a meandering path past you guys. This sort of luminous current stretching across this expanse of white. As you behold it, this river, this sea almost, is filled with translucent shapes that float by soundlessly. Some of them familiar in appearance, animals, household objects, even other sort of ghostly starships. But for every familiar-looking object, there are other roiling, unformed masses of pure energy and ectoplasm. You guys have seemingly arrived in the astral plane. Who would be on the scanners right now?
Either be Thinker or me.
Then probably
Yep.
Thinker, since Amara is piloting. Go ahead, Durgesh.
I was going to say definitely not me.
You and your very good computer skill.
I'm a talkie guy.
Now that Kimana's gone, yes, you are, Durgesh.
My turn to shine.
Then I suppose this has been said before, but I believe all of your guys' comm units, at the very least, are set up to the alarm of the ship, at the very least. And so Thinker would notice it first, but then probably it gets notified to the rest of you that there's a blip blip on the scanners. A distress signal is broadcasting from a bit downstream on the river. Just a very faint signal from where you guys are right now.
Whoa. Dark, I should take the comms.
Can we respond to the distress signal?
Yeah, as you move over to the comms and prepare to sort of hail where this is coming from, the signal's sort of signature is that of a ship called the Curiosity. As you attempt to connect, I am going to ask for the skill I know you hate, but it's not necessarily a high DC. Please give me a computer's check.
Oh, me? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Alright, so basically a flat check. I just rolled
Do you
17.
get the +1 from our computer for this?
You guys do have advanced sensors, so that would theoretically be giving you a +2 circumstance bonus. Or at least just a +2 bonus on your check. The Tetranode computer giving bonuses is more specifically for in combat
Right.
than general checks on the starship, at the very least. But I will certainly give you your scanners bonus here. Since you guys purchased nice scanners for once, I'd be remiss if I did not give them to you.
That's a 19.
On a 19, you're definitely able to connect after a few seconds of sort of tuning. It's almost like trying to find the right frequency on a radio. There is an almost extreme amount of static coming through as you try and connect, though. As you attempt to hail this ship, you notice the scanners are detecting 5 living creatures aboard the ship. But as you sort of pick up the comm and hail them, you are immediately greeted by multiple voices screaming.
Ah! Hello. Did they respond to me when I say that?
As you call out and sort of offer greetings to
Yeah,
a ship of screaming people, apparently.
Yeah. Stop screaming, trying to talk to you.
After about 3 seconds or so, you hear a very panicked voice come through the static. Hello? Is someone out there?
Yes, this is Durgesh of the Primarata.
I'm
Is this the Curiosity?
Lenny Wise of the Curiosity. Yes. Are you... Shit! They're getting through! The comm cuts off at that point.
Step closer, find out. Sounds like they're under attack.
All right, let's move in.
Yeah. As you begin navigating the Primarata a bit downstream towards this ship, the Curiosity itself, it is a relatively small, looks like explorer-class vessel. Even just a quick glance of it, you guys can tell it is equipped with pretty sophisticated scientific sensors and equipment on the exterior out of it, but practically no weaponry or even shields. It seems to be truly like a research vessel. It is not built for combat. It is also nearly entirely submerged within this sort of ghostly liquid starlight ectoplasm of the river. You can certainly attempt to line the Primarata up and dock with them if you would like, or if you'd like to keep it at a distance and try and spacewalk to this thing, you guys can also do that. What
What do we
are
wanna
we
do, people?
thinking?
How big is the curiosity in comparison to our ship?
A bit smaller.
I wonder if it's plausible for us to attach cables to try to pull it out of there. But it did sound like they have problems in the actual interior. Things coming through. Perhaps we should get on board.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and I just want to confirm, when I say slightly smaller, the Primarata is maybe 120, 125 feet in length. The Curiosity is maybe 110, 115 feet in length.
Yeah.
It's still decently large, and it's actually much wider than your guys' ship is, but lengthwise it's slightly shorter.
We can have the crew get ready to either tow or dock with it while we go aboard to see what the situation is.
Sure. So you're thinking spacewalking to get there?
Yeah,
I think so.
Sounds like Steph's little band there.
Okay.
All right.
Because you guys could directly try and dock to it and just enter it that way. If you don't want to try and spacewalk above or through the River of Souls.
Would that be as quick to do?
Yeah.
Then,
Maybe.
I mean,
The ship itself is there. You can line up the Primarata and dock with it pretty easily. There's nothing really seemingly stopping you guys from directly docking with it.
Let's just directly dock with it then.
No reason not
All
to.
right.
It is more so the difference being you guys would be submerging the Primarata partially within the river to dock with them, as opposed to potentially keeping the Primarata completely out and above the river and jumping, floating, walking down towards it. That would be the difference.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'd be for docking so we can get in there quick and also
Yeah.
escape quicker without having to do another spacewalk shenanigan like with the Plan Horizon.
more
Yeah,
spacewalking.
I almost ended up in a black hole.
Yeah. Now it would be the River of Souls, which I'm not sure is better.
probably. I mean,
It's
the River of Souls would be a slower death.
I'm not sure that's better.
Would time just like stretch out constantly as you get closer to the black hole?
Yeah. It's a very long death falling into a black hole.
One could even say it's a death that never ends.
I'm sure someone will come kill you eventually.
They'd have to get to you, and that's impossible.
Well, that's impossible for a mortal like you, that's for sure. Docking it is, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think
Fantastic.
I think that's what our consensus
Mhm.
is.
Alrighty. Miss Amara, would you mind just going ahead and giving me a quick piloting check to navigate the ship down, get it submerged slightly, and just line up the docking quick and easy like? 22. Fantastic. You and your silly high check for whatchamacallit, piloting. That's the skill I'm looking for. I can't think good, okay?
We know.
Professional GM, everybody.
It's embarrassing.
Yup.
Wow.
And yet you continue to show up.
Because it's fun.
Fantastic. Well, as the Primarata docks, you guys are pretty quickly able to head down towards the loading bay of the Primarata and into sort of this ship as a whole. As you pry open the doors, it actually is not particularly difficult for you. The interior of the starship itself, though, is chock full of goo. Specifically, this sort of strange, almost jelly-like substance in some places, but also more like a wet fog in others. It seems to constantly be shifting and morphing. It's this sickening green color, sort of kind of roiling and moving around that is pretty difficult to begin wading through. I'm going to ask all of you to actually give me a fortitude save as you step aboard this ship.
Oh boy. No. Hey, I saw this movie before. Watch out for ghost trains coming out of nowhere.
Amara, that
Is it-
just barely fails.
Is
There's
it
no button for
inhaled
this.
by any chance?
It is not inhaled.
And this isn't about forced movement, is it?
No.
Oh, all right.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Fantastic. All of you succeed as you sort of take your first steps into this substance, which in and of itself does restrict your movement slightly. It is hard to wade through this, at first at least, but simply touching it, many of you begin to experience something similar to back when you were in Cynosure, looking for those strange dreaming flowers. A sense of drowsiness sort of tries to enter and take over your mind, but all of you are strong enough. Amara, even just a brief moment of almost falling to it, you quickly overcome it, and all of you keep your wits sharp and about you. I am going to bring us onto a new map and immediately ask everyone to roll initiative.
Perception.
Perception, please.
My God.
It's full of stars. Dead stars.
I want to roll fortitude for my initiative.
Kind of feels like a dead sun or something.
That's a different adventure path.
completely different.
Give me a second.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm shocked. I'm dead last again.
As per usual. Fantastic. Amara, we are starting with you. Everything here counts as difficult terrain. However, you may attempt an athletics check at the start of your turn if you would like to try and be able to move through it normally. However, if you roll poorly, it is going to turn it into greater difficult terrain.
How high is the room?
The room itself is maybe 10, 15 feet up. The goo fills it up entirely, though.
Okay. So
There
good
is
if I
no
put my,
space above it.
You good if I put my reality?
oh,
There's still goo. Warped reality does not stop the goo.
I'm aware.
There's no escaping the goo.
I'll just move through it with as difficult terrain.
Sounds good.
You know, still have 20-foot movement.
What's really funny is after I got this map set up, I found the actual map for this ship,
Oh.
and it's
Was it
so big. And I was
Share
like,
with the class?
I'm not forcing the party to just walk through all that shit entirely. That's lame. I'll send it in the Discord for you guys, just so you
boy.
can see. Comparatively, you would start in area 15 in the bottom left here and need to get to the bridge area 1. Just
You
wandering
fucking
through
weird.
difficult terrain the entire
Sorry.
way.
Fuck that.
And I was like, that seems unfun and time wasting, so we're going to keep this funny map. It's nice and linear.
Fuck the hell that.
So
Right.
that's a better reference of what the ship actually looks like. But in the interest of keeping everyone interested, Halicon, that is going to bring us over to you.
Alright, you said something about an athletics check
I
to move
did.
better. I do want to attempt that.
Go for it.
Aha.
Oh, absolutely. On a 30, you sort of quickly get used to this goo and find an area that's more fog than anything else. You can move normally this round.
Alright, then one action here,
Fantastic.
another here,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I'm gonna open this door.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh my god, why would you do that?
There are numerous creatures in this space, many of them crowding towards a more forward door. This appears to be relatively standard crew quarters. Definitely not nearly as nice as the ones you guys have on the Primarata, but not just generic basic things either. They definitely invested a bit into decent quarters. But there are these strange, almost glowing cloud-like roiling entities milling about and pushing towards the door. You hear moans of pain and despair, sort of, in them as they are floating about. Different lights, and every now and then what appears to be panicked faces forming in their fog. And they definitely seem to spin in place a bit as the door opens. Thinker, that brings us over to you.
Can I make my check to move?
You
Or
absolutely
because
may.
I have a fly speed, do I need to?
You do indeed, because the goo fills up the entire space. You would actually need a swim speed to not be affected for this.
How does a flat 18 sound?
A flat 18.
I don't know if you're getting much better at this.
I don't think the 18 is particularly strong in this case. The flat DC for this is going to be 20, we'll say.
Good fuck.
So, what that means is it doesn't change your movement at all. Everything is still going to count as difficult terrain to you.
Great, when I only have the slowest speed in the entire party.
Well, who made their character choices?
Alright, I've done my turn.
Just a full move up?
What else can I do, Mr. Jericho?
Make recall knowledges? I don't know.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I'll make a recall knowledge, I guess.
Be a team player.
I guess
Like
if
our-
I have to.
What are
First recall
rules?
knowledge on the goo. Is there another target within my quantum field?
Nope. So you can either focus on the goo or what these creatures are.
Creatures.
Sounds good.
That's a bit more urgent. Where's my funny button? Enjoy having half your screen taken up.
Hey,
Reminder that I made the
honestly,
character
I've got
despite
people
you.
worse.
That's homophobic.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I am what I am. Yeah, you, at a glance, recognize what these things are. Knowing you were coming to the astral plane, maybe did a little bit of research on your data pad and the infosphere that existed in Cynosure to help out. These creatures are psych elementals, effectively incorporeal creatures born from strong, concentrated emotions, especially those experienced by a number of creatures in close proximity to one another. These ones specifically, taking a look at them, are representing the emotion of panic. I'll give you a guess as to why. What question do you have about what they got going on?
High save, low save.
High save, low save. Looking at these idiots, they're small, they're incorporeal, they're basically a gas. They're probably quite reflexive. At the same time, though, they're small, they're gas. They don't have a good constitution as far as you can tell. That body is weak. So, that does it for Thinker's turn. And that is going to bring us to the first of their turns. Hilariously, it's the one furthest from you guys that gets to go here.
Terrifying.
I know. Whatever will I do? Let me
probably
see,
hit us.
actually. Yeah. It is going to let out a massive mental blast here that shocks outwards. I am going to need a will save from Halicon and Thinker. Amara being just sort of out of the way.
Serious.
Slow man wins.
Hell.
A 19 is a success. And Thinker with the crit success. Halicon, what kind of funny ability is that?
It's not one that is very useful. I can change my attunement, which I don't want to.
But you also have that harmonic convergence effect. I just want to check what that's coming from.
Holy shit.
Ooh, nice. That's very nice.
Where is that coming from?
That's what I want to figure out. Because that's actually a pretty good thing.
You get two tip hit points.
Yeah, is that from an item? I don't
No,
know
I
off the top
Because
of my
Halicon
head.
is just so cool.
I do know that I have mental resistance from one of my ancestry feats, but that has nothing to do with template points.
Yeah,
You
that
have
comes
an
from
unallocated language.
Thinker. You do have an unallocated language. I always laugh looking at that.
Harmonic convergence is apparently a level 16 Solarian feat that I definitely do not have.
That's Foundry strikes again.
I say he keeps it.
I say
You
no.
use an action with the disharmony trait. That is not what this is.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll just ignore that. So you can change your current attunement if you would like, but you are choosing not to.
I choose not to because I like fun.
Fantastic. Then as this sort of blasts out a sort of mental bit of static hitting the two of you, both of you just shrug it off entirely fine for what you've gone through. This effect is weak. So it is just going to fly out towards you guys, seemingly unaffected by this goo.
As he
oh
floats
no.
past Hadagom, I would like to
Yep,
hit him,
nope,
please.
I just realized that. Go for it.
I mean, he is a gas, so I'm not sure how effective this will be, but that is a crit.
Yes, it is.
I think it's very effective. God, I really hope I picked the right resistance.
Funny enough, being incorporeal, I may have not quite given these guys resistances they are perhaps supposed to have as incorporeal creatures. I think I was crazy when I built these stat sheets. But
Oh, yeah.
it does not
Where we
seem
go
to
against-
resist your physical impact at all. I actually don't recall exactly what I was thinking when I was making these guys.
And he is off guard because of the crit spec.
He is indeed. Durgesh, that brings us to your turn.
Oh boy.
I really gotta remember why I didn't give him any sort of just resistance to all damage as an incorporeal creature. Oh well.
I'm gonna do that athletics.
Yeah.
Normally.
You took pity on the rogue we don't have.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna use my hero point.
That's fair,
I don't-
Durgesh.
I don't want to get stuck.
I think the decision I was making is, Durgesh, that will absolutely succeed at normal terrain for you, is because these guys have abilities that are a bit rude for players to deal with, certainly. And so I didn't want to give them that, and I gave them extra hit points as opposed to damage reduction, if I recall how I designed these sheets. I may be wrong.
What weapon I was gonna need. So I think I'm gonna fade weapon ready. So first action.
Okay.
Pull that out. And then I'm gonna use Sean to run.
Ooh.
Move 20 feet.
Look, Durgesh, I've given you perfection.
And then I shall. Where's my thing? Area fire.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
But
What's the AoE gonna be?
Oh, there's more of them. Okay.
There are indeed.
Can I get 3 if I go? No, what do I do? I can only get 2. Oh, that sucks. All right. Right in the middle of the room.
Sounds good. All right. That's going to be 2 reflex saves against, ooh,
Bah!
kind of sad damage.
Yeah, 2 kind of killed it.
But that is a success and a failure, respectively. This one
All right.
being the one that succeeds, taking
So here
half
we go.
damage, and this one taking full damage and becoming suppressed.
Yo!
Good old suppression.
Oh,
Fane.
Amara, we don't have a source of Anthem anymore.
Why do you have Anthem on you still?
I have no idea. And even if it's
I think you must have pushed the button by accident. I saw it pop up
Maybe.
earlier.
Get it out of your hotbars, people.
Man, this
yeah.
is fucked.
That includes me. I gotta get it off my hotbar. Because I might have hit it on accident at some point. Does that do it for your turn, Durgesh?
That does indeed.
God, I both love and hate the fact that you just move your AoE out of the way when you're done with it. Until
Gonna
next
need it
time.
I'm gonna do it again.
Well, that is going to be the rest of these creatures all get to go, and they're going to have fun coming out and going for some hits. So, I think this one is going to fly right over to here and smack at the Halakon with a tendril.
Missing
Which
with
a
that.
20 misses. And then it is going to fly, we'll say, over to here with its last action, since it has a stupidly good fly speed.
Rub it the fuck in, why don't you?
This one is going to come over here, and because I forgot these things have a reach, is going to smack at Amara with a tendril.
Unacceptable.
I don't
And
consent.
just miss.
Don't consent.
Or
Well-
not consent. That's why it missed.
We'll do it one more time, because fuck you. There's an 18
Wow.
plus on every
no,
die.
I don't consent.
Let's go!
Ah!
Take
Honey
7 points of
Chandro.
mental damage.
Yeah, that's about right.
The most dangerous creatures.
Oh no.
And then we've got...
Leave that cat girl alone.
this one is going to fly right here.
Hands off the cat girl. Jared.
Yes. This one is going to do a synaptic pulse as well. Now, funny little thing, creatures who have been affected by this, they are immune for 24 hours. So I only need the save from Durgesh and Amara, please.
Nice.
All good there.
Nice.
Super good
No.
there. Yeah. All good.
Get wrecked.
I don't consent.
And then we've got an injured one left. Where do I put this one?
What's the press does again?
Actually, that's a
It's a
good
lot.
point. Suppressed does put a penalty on their movement speed and a circumstance penalty to attack rolls. So it takes them a full 2 actions to get to here, but is able to flank Thinker from here. And that's what we're really going for.
Flanking
Oh, that's
Thinker.
Yeah.
Right?
rude.
The suppression making it not crit.
Don't I have something for a crit? I almost took something for a crit. Okay.
Well, just
Don't
take
worry,
7
I got you
points
covered.
of mental damage.
Too many thoughts. I'm thinking too many thoughts.
All the way back to the top of the round, Amara, before you do anything with your turn. Now, this is really awful, because technically there's no immunity to being in this creature's aura, but I'm just going to make you roll the save once, because I don't want to make you roll it multiple times. Please give me a will save, as this sort of mental static being emitted by these creatures does not affect you in the slightest. I'm not going to bother making you roll 2 more of those saves, because that's just lame. I tried to design these creatures for, like, general use, but they just make it kind of bleh for the one single encounter they're set to show up in. Oh no, who's getting aimed at? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Loads Glock threateningly.
You would have your sniping duo against this thing.
Yeah, but it's already near death.
That's fair.
Loads Glock threateningly.
Kills with malicious intent.
Threateningly.
Oh my god, that's far too many dice, Amara. Please stop.
54.
Holy shit, Amara kills me. That's almost all of my remaining health.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling a little
Are you sure that
inaccurate
bullet wasn't meant for Thinker?
I would be at 2
Yeah,
hit
That would have
points.
crit him too.
I would be at 2 hit points. Insane.
And I'll do a running a reload.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You and
You
your
just move.
stupid, far too high movement speed. Halicon, we are over to you. My good sir, could I get a will save from you, please, at the start of your turn?
Absolutely.
Believe me, there's only one person that it's actually going to matter if they fail this save. You're fine.
Excellent. And
Hey,
then we're
wait,
gonna,
he's talking about me.
Maybe.
Never know.
This guy
we're
is
gonna
no
attempt
longer
to
off
finish
guard.
this guy off.
Makes sense.
Just
That's a big
don't want to use
old...
the point. No. I will just try to hit him again.
Yeah, makes sense.
There we go.
Yeah, that does it. These guys are only level 2.
In which case, skill issues.
17.
They were originally level 1, but they have the elite template on them. Because you guys went up to level 5 instead of still being at level 4.
Did you do it?
And then, do I get to
You
move
do it.
full speed still, or do I have to
No,
roll
you have to
my
make the
athletics?
check every round if you want to attempt that.
I do want to attempt it.
Well, go for it.
That's not good enough.
That is a regular failure.
So difficult terrain.
So difficult terrain, yes.
Alright, we're gonna go here.
Fantastic. The Marshal's aura. Fantabulous. Thinker. Back to you.
Alrighty.
Probably turn that on next round.
Is it really necessary for these guys?
Yes.
I kind of want to do something funny.
Irradiate.
I didn't take it.
I know. But
How
that's
good
funny.
AoE spells? Very single target.
The Witch Warper didn't take any AoE spells. Point and laugh.
How dare you point and laugh?
Well, I'm just gonna do it more.
Will Livewire. I'm not gonna waste a leveled spell on this shit.
You're live wiring, my guys?
I'm gonna Livewire your
Oh,
guys.
actually, before you attack, I'm so sorry, because I need a will save from you. Give me that will save, fucker.
I will also be hero pointing that. This is a fear?
It is not. It is a mental effect.
Oh.
Son of a bitch!
Well, I crit, but I think I actually... You might want to add a +1 to that.
Why?
No. Don't add shit to it.
Okay.
Whatever.
You were the one person that would have been
30.
affected by this, because if you fail this will save, you're stupefied.
Oh, that's
hero
what you're
pointing.
looking for.
That's
I'm
why
hero
Thinker's...
pointing myself,
Yeah, go
by the
for
way.
it. Turn
God,
that
fuck
hit
damn it.
into a hit. Woohoo!
It was a miss.
Did I stutter?
Okay. Take 13 points of damage.
I'm still alive! Huzzah!
I live, bitch.
You have one action left, Thinker.
Part of me just wants to shoot it with my gun. Second rank blazing.
That's what I do.
We'll save this crew with the power of friendship and this gun we found. Hey, what was that
I
about
suppose-
not wasting a ranked spell on these guys?
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Gotta shoot it with that gun I have.
Don't you mean the
That I
power
don't
of friendship?
have that I do not have out.
Well,
And none of my staff spells are single action.
what's it gonna be, Thinker?
It's gonna be fucking nothing.
You don't
gonna
need
catch-
another recall knowledge?
I'm gonna cast shield.
Coward. Hey, you want to activate your force field?
Oh boy.
6 HP, baby!
Just shield.
Okay. Durgesh, go kill things.
I'm gonna turn my thing on here.
Give me a will save.
I don't want it.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah, Dargash.
Yeah, you're good.
I will.
Take it to the man.
All right, I shall do this.
Oh, Dread Marshal!
That doesn't do anything, but that's cool.
Yippee!
Intimidate the panic elemental.
And,
Hilariously enough, they probably
make
should
sure I
be
get-
immune to fear, right?
Nope.
Make sure I get Thinker.
Like, that just makes sense for them to be immune to frightened.
I'm gonna shoot my plasma cannon.
Yeah, go for it. That guy is no longer suppressed. May I have the reflex save button?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Don't give it to him.
I mean, I'll count them as auto successes
Make
if you
him
want.
guess.
Hey, we're back on the train of
No.
nat 20ing against Durgesh.
Well, hey, at least one check full damage.
Yes, one takes
Get off
full
the fucking
damage here.
train.
All right.
The one next to
Don't make
Halicon is the one that's
off the
fine.
train.
Get suppressed, bitch.
Okay. Back
That's
to my
my turn.
Psych Elemental turns. Oh boy. This one gets to go first. It knows not to be an idiot and move away from Halicon. So
That's
it's just
what
it's gonna hit Thinker first.
I think you should stay next to Halicon.
Yippee! Damn it, why'd you shield? You coward.
Bitch.
6 points of mental damage, fucker.
Shield hardness?
If you want a shield block, you can.
I'll shield block.
Okay. That'll shatter your
Can you-
shield.
No. I don't think you can do that to mental damage.
Yeah, this is not a spell or physical damage. You cannot shield block this. Get wrecked, nerd.
You can use the spell's reaction to reduce damage from any spell or magical effect,
This is neither of those.
even if it does damage. All right, okay, so I just have to.
Take 6 damage, fucker. Die.
Oh well.
And now,
no,
because I am
I'm
an
at
equal
58 points.
opportunity panic tendriler, we're gonna attack Durgesh.
Okay.
And miss miserably.
Yep.
Radical.
You should have went for me first.
Skill issue.
I...
Maybe if you were better at playing the game, you would have hit someone.
I did. I hit you.
Get good.
I don't see any chat logs to prove that.
Hold up. Give me a moment. I'm being challenged in my own game. I gotta screenshot something real quick.
It's a racist.
Not my home address.
Doxing live.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh no. I'm not putting it in the Drift Crisis general chat.
Oh.
It's
wow.
going in the.
It's going in the general chat. You cannot escape this.
Deep fake.
This damage occurred, and I have the logs to prove it. So anyway, it's gonna fly away with its last action. Halakon, do your shit.
I will gladly.
you,
Miss
Malakon, for
terribly.
supporting.
Woohoo! Yippee! Get me out of here.
Yes, fly towards the gun.
Mr. Suppressed. What?
Continue.
Oh, thank you.
What bullshit
I
reaction
keep
is
forgetting. I keep forgetting what my fucking warp reality does,
that?
and that it does not apply to my allies, only to myself.
Yes. The Witch Warper is very selfish.
Kind of annoying.
So I've got this idiot going right now. And yeah, kind of sort of Amara, big threat, not gonna lie. So
Yeah,
Amara...
you just want more hentai.
Why do I play
Why are you
games with
putting
you
hentai-
people?
Why are you? Yeah, that's a good question. Why are you inflicting the cat girl with hentai?
Yeah.
You have something to say, Mr. Jericho?
I quit. Not fucking 20, let's go!
That
Yeah,
fucking
he
20
really
to
is.
hentai the cat girl?
Yeah.
Unapologetically!
Oh no! It's catching me inappropriately.
What the fuck is happening today? What is wrong with us?
I have had
No,
the world's
I'm
shittiest
with you,
day.
Jericho. I don't know.
I'm
I've had
so
the world's
confused.
shittiest day, so this is just good. The vibes are immaculate.
I think
now.
that's the name of this video. It's just going to be I'm confused. What?
Today.
Question mark?
Hey, listen.
No.
I'm not the one who decided to tentacle the cat girl.
It's not tentacle, it's tendril. Get your terminology
Doesn't
right
make
and
it-
your head out of the gutter.
Doesn't make it sound better.
No.
I'm not trying to make it sound better. Halakon, you get hit too.
Oh,
Huzzah.
Actually,
why
might
you
make it
go
sound
here?
worse.
Because Durgesh, I'm filled with spite, and I wanted flanking. No, not the mental resistance.
Yeah, mental resistance.
Why do you have everything that spites these creatures?
Oh,
It's okay, I got one more in
I
me.
reject your tendrils.
Too bad. Ooh, max damage. Alright. The most dangerous fight you guys have ever dealt with. I'm not going to bother making you roll will saves against being stupefied again. It'll only matter for Thinker. Amara, have fun.
this is rude.
Does anyone else in this party have anything that falls off of being stupefied?
I mean, I do have a focus spell, technically.
Well, okay, if you're planning on casting, I'll retroactively make you roll that.
Still rude.
Amara, which one's getting killed? Ah. That's only a normal hit. I have a chance of survival.
Mm-hmm.
Huzzah!
Oh, max damage on one die.
You did not.
Whew, I lived.
Holy shit.
Which just means if he decides to do anything with his life, he dies.
Running reload.
Yeah, that checks out. Okay, Halicon, we are up to you.
Alright. If Amara has that one on lockdown, we're gonna go for this one.
No, why would you make it so I have to potentially move that one?
I don't think he has to move.
Holy shit.
Well, this guy's dead.
Alright, and then we can move back up. Yeah.
Sure. Why not? Thinker.
I need to make the fucking will save.
No, because you're actually not within the aura of any of them anymore.
Good shit. I'm hitting this with a live wire.
Okay. That one
Fucking
would have
missed.
cover, but it misses anyways. Zesty.
Recall knowledge.
Sure. About these or the goop?
The goop.
The goop?
Let me unselect the guy then.
Made by Gwyneth Paltrow?
Ugh, disgusting.
Oh, we're waiting around in Gwyneth Paltrow? Ew.
I did not need to be reminded of Gwyneth Paltrow's existence.
Well, you have been, and your day is worse now for it, so you're welcome. I'm trying to figure out what this is. This goop, this fog. It's wet, it's thick, it's not particularly fun. But as best you can tell, Thinker, it seems to be sort of a natural manifestation of the astral plane. Perhaps it would not have gotten into this ship normally, were it not for the psych elementals potentially manifesting on it or within it. But if you were to generally sort of get out and walk around in the Astral Sea, you would generally have this sort of terrain at all times. It's not malevolent or anything, it's just sort of there.
Gotcha.
Any other questions about it?
I only get the one question.
Well, yes, but I
I
try to give a general description on the first successful recall knowledge as well.
Any way to permanently allow us to move quicker through the goop?
Oh, you might be able to create something for that, but you don't have any schematics for that sort of thing on hand. So there may be tech for it out there, but it's not anything you have at the moment. Durgesh, that brings us over to you.
Oh boy.
My good sir.
Let's spend an action to... Actually, before I do all that, I'm going to do my athletics check.
Okay.
To move normally. Uh-oh.
That's a failure.
That's a failure.
Uh-oh.
Going 10 feet. Well, I only need 10
We have
feet,
two people that are
so-
faster than light in this party, and two people that are as slow as rocks.
Alright, I'm going to use an action to swap my weapon to the pain glaive.
To the pain glaive.
Ah,
Fantastic.
then I'm going to scoot over here.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to give it a boop.
Sounds good.
The advanced.
A 19 hits.
Yeah.
Delivering advanced pain.
Oh, get out here, you stupid one.
Advanced pain. It's okay, he still dies.
Alright, good. Chainsaw.
I have one idiot left. What do I do with it is the question of the hour. I'm very injured. I'm scared for my life. Actually, no. I'm scared for your lives. Actually, no, we're going after Durgesh.
Hi.
Equal opportunity smacker. Ooh, I did it.
Oh, my.
And I have yet to roll a 1 on a d4 for damage. I'm quite proud of myself.
Guys, I'm dying.
And, you know, out of spite, one more at Amara. Just cuz.
Just because this is a hentai.
It's not. You all need help.
I do need help.
Hey, I refuse to be included.
Find the Starfinder version of Jesus, okay? You all need assistance. Amara, we are back to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
These guys aren't particularly hardy, and with one final gunshot ringing out, the final of these creatures is unmade by lead and steel.
I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
You know, it's what was attacking them.
There's no physical injuries on any of you guys, but definitely that sort of mental pain. Some of you have sort of splitting headaches, others have very minor ones at the moment. But you do not see any other obvious threats on this ship.
Let me help you a bit, Amara.
Oh, thank you.
Yay on hands.
How of Desna?
All of my effort down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
The power of Desna compels you. Wait.
To fight on and do good.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
That's all I can do, though. I'm not a mystic.
The goo will gradually sort of dissipate as these creatures have been destroyed.
Oh, tied to the creatures.
It was their goo. I don't like that.
Y'all were the ones
Tell you,
swimming in
Sausage.
it.
Mm-hmm.
It was that Spirit Buster show.
But yes, you guys finish destroying these psych elementals and are able to move through the ship relatively safely at this point. For a brief description, since of course this is a more designed battle map as opposed to the full map of the actual ship, you guys are pretty easily able to pass by the crew quarters, the engineering bay, where the drift engine is, the ship's core, and the med bay, a beautiful little hydroponic garden, a rec suite. It is a very well put together ship, designed not just for travel, but for actual living. Are you guys doing any sort of exploring or just heading directly for the bridge?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We should probably head for the bridge. They sounded like they were in distress. You know, in addition to sinking, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys certainly can make your way up to the bridge. As you approach, unlike the other doors, which sort of automatically open and close as you approach, good old proximity sliding doors, this door does not move as you approach, very likely locked down to prevent anything from getting through.
That's so. Yes, it is locked.
Do we knock?
You can knock if you want. What was that, Amara?
Nothing.
Oh,
Knock first.
okay. Who's knocking?
I'll knock.
Fantastic.
I am he who knocks.
Durgesh knocks on the door, and after about 10-15 seconds, the door slides open, revealing the ship's bridge to you and a quintet of individuals. The one who just opened the door for you guys, a adult male Vesk, it seems, in relatively just plain clothes at the moment. A bit of what appears to be mystical equipment for detecting magical signatures sort of attached at the hip, and a set of sort of multiple vials on the other hip as well, all of which currently empty, but definitely look like they've seen quite a lot of use, who gets the door to slide open as you all knock on the door and looks at you guys with a hint of concern, relief, and still panic on his face. You the one were you the ship that hailed us?
Aye.
Okay.
Your guest of the Primarata.
Okay. Well, welcome. I'm Jasset of the Curiosity. He'll sort of look over the rest of you and also do a quick sort of introduction as around the rest of the room. There's an older male human, definitely the oldest person here, that he'll point over. That's my dad, Alvar. That over here is my sister, Lani. This is my other sibling, Indigo, and Risky as well, which the Sheeran called Risky, you can see is sort of laid on one of the chairs that's been reclined down to almost a full bed, unconscious, bleeding from a couple injuries, and a mangled left leg, which it looks like both Lonnie and Indigo are trying to look over him and do some basic first aid with clothing, but are lacking any actual medical supplies with them in here at the moment.
Seeing that, Helicon will immediately move forward to assist.
Yeah, absolutely. You may certainly attempt to do some first aid if you would like, Helicon, as you...
I would.
Push in, and both Indigo and Lonnie, adult figures that are both sort of focused on this, but if you come in and like pull out an actual med kit and some supplies, they will very easily back up, and Lonnie will look at you. Thank you. Do you need an extra set of hands? Any help?
Oh, I already have two. Pass, even.
Right, of course, yes. Certainly. And Indigo would probably make his way out of the cockpit to speak with the rest of you guys while Helicon helps out. Go ahead and give me that medicine check, Helicon.
Right, I'll click this. That seems appropriate. That's
Ooh,
pretty
that's
good.
a very good roll. Fantastic. Yeah. He certainly wasn't really in any major risk of death immediately. You can tell his leg is pretty severely broken, but you help set it and get a quick cast whipped up for it, more like a splint than anything else. And make sure that his breathing is stable. He's not at risk of any immediate death. You could wake him up. You could also choose to let him rest and recover naturally.
Yeah, for now, let's let him rest.
Yeah.
We might have to carry him, but that's fine.
Jasset will probably like go sit down in relief as this happens, but Alvar and Indigo will make their way over to the rest of you guys, and like seeing the weapons you've all got, seeing actually no blood since it was all sort of a mental encounter, but smelling the gunpowder from Amara's weapon, seeing like the slight smoke from Durgish's pain glaive being active. Alvar would probably be the one to step the closest and reach a hand out for anyone who wants to shake it. Thank you all. You have my thanks for your timely assistance.
should thank Desna. She's the one who sent us.
Indeed, yes. The Divines certainly deserve our thanks for your aid. How did you all end up here in the astral plane on a whim as well, or have you all been unaffected by what's going on so far?
We've been affected, but we came here through a portal created by Desna.
You literally have to thank Desna for us being here.
Oh,
That was not metaphor. That was.
I see. Yes, indeed, certainly. Yeah. This dad, Alvar, definitely seems sort of in shock and struggling to process that, so Indigo will step up and offer a handshake as well, which he does like the double clasp and shakes it in thanks. Thank you all so much. You mentioned you were also affected. Do you, I mean, if you came through a portal, do you have any idea what is going on? We were ourselves trying to return home when we lost control of our ship and were hurled here.
Can I cast Time Sense real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly been a few days since the drift crash itself, considering you guys spent a few days on the final horizon. Using Time Sense, I'd say you're able to grasp that even though you spent about 2 weeks in Cynosure, maybe about 3 hours passed in reality.
Okay.
Well, the drift is, for lack of a better term, offline. And it went down very violently.
Oh. Shit. Sorry. I don't have much of a better term for that. Okay.
Fairly apt. That's a fairly apt term, I'd imagine. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a pretty bad situation.
Yeah. Actually, I think Jasset the Vesk will pipe up at this point from where he's sitting. So do you all have a working ship now, then? Something that's not damaged like ours is?
It is working.
We not have any access to the drift, however.
Well, sure, that's fine. You'll seem relatively confident and capable, so forgive me for asking. Is your vessel perhaps a bit more outfitted for danger than ours was?
Yes.
Oh, good. Fantastic. That's good.
Is there something we should be concerned about?
Alvar will pipe back up at this point because Jasset sort of says that, nods to himself, and goes back to like sinking into the chair, just sort of staring off into space. But Alvar, the older human, will go. Well, after we were hurled here, it seemed like an interesting place, so we spent some time just collecting data on our surroundings. We figured out that we had ended up here in the astral plane, but well, there was something that attacked us while we were attempting to repair our ship and escape the river. Some massive serpent, far too many eyes, the hideous jaws. I'd say probably somewhere in the realm of about 1,500 feet in length, from what we could gather. We had two of us lured it away with one of the lifeboats, which is why we are okay right now, but well, that's just recently was when those whatever they was out there appeared and attacked that you seem to have taken care of.
All right. So watch out for the giant snake.
Can I do a recall knowledge on that giant snake
Yeah, absolutely.
with Lore Master?
Oh,
Should
goody.
be able to get something.
That is a very good roll. He gives a very generic description, would be the first issue. However, you know where you are. You're in the astral plane. Massive serpent-like entity, about 1,500 feet in length, probably depending on how old it is. Looks like a serpent, hideous jaws, far too many eyes. That's an astral leviathan.
Oh, fuck.
Which, for reference, would look a bit something like... Let me find it. A bit something like that.
Oh.
He really gave the most apt description he could. Big, too many eyes, hideous jaws. That's all you need to know about this thing.
Yeah, definitely not the fact that it has galaxies within its.
Yeah, no, you don't need to worry about that. You would recognize, Thinker, that is the type of creature that cannot be normally fought by, like, people like yourself and Amara and Durgesh and Halcon. No matter how strong a mortal is, that is a creature that is effectively on par with what many people in the Pact Worlds would call living starships. They are something that if you were to try and fight it, your best bet would be with ship-mounted weaponry.
Where did you say this big snake was?
Well, a few hours ago it was here. And, well...
What are their? Do I know their attitudes towards things in their territory?
Astral Leviathans? They
Yeah.
consume.
Okay. Well, glad it left. What do they consume?
Everything.
Everything.
Then why did it leave the ship here?
Well, as Alvar said, 2 of them took a lifeboat and apparently lured it away.
Ah, yes, your friends are dead.
That is the craziest thing you could have just said to them. Oh my god, Thinker.
What? They are. Is that?
You could have a little more tact about that.
My condolences. Your friends are dead.
Oh god, how
I mean,
do they
surely
respond
not.
to that?
Surely not necessarily.
99% sure.
So,
But thing-
whether Thinker recognizes this or not, these people are all a family. You just told them that the matriarch, this guy's spouse and everyone else's mother, and the youngest son of the family are dead.
Do we want to take? I can take the comment back.
No, I don't think we can. I think that's been put out into the ether. There's no coming back from that.
Considering that over the past few days we've had about 1,000 once-in-a-lifetime coincidences that in the end turned out to not be coincidences at all,
That's fair.
I don't really put much belief in chances or predictions like that these days. Heroic actions are rewarded by the universe. Leading away an astral serpent in a lifeboat is incredible.
Astral Leviathan, yes. There's a very good chance, actually, that there might have been something else floating out in the Astral Sea that it might have picked its fancy rather than a lifeboat. Honestly, the lifeboat's probably pretty small, so...
Let's not be so quick to write them off.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, First and foremost, for a diplomacy check from Thinker here.
Sorry, guys.
To set a baseline of where we're at.
I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing I can do to make this better.
No.
No, there isn't.
Hero point that. I'm hero pointing it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that's a 19.
That might not be enough, though.
It's definitely not enough. But it's the highest. It's almost the highest.
So,
can
like
get.
I said, Thinker's role was to set a baseline. I'm now going to ask for a diplomacy check from everyone else, one person making it with other people aiding. You're trying to beat Thinker's roll +5.
Why did you tell?
You chose the hero point before I even had the chance to say anything.
That is on me.
So,
Yep.
whoever wants to lead this, you guys are trying to beat a DC 24 at this point.
I will be the one leading.
Okay.
I will not aid.
I know everyone else is not trained.
I'm so sorry.
I have a
Turkish.
+0. I will not aid.
I'm so sorry.
Because I know for a fact it will not be an aid.
Okay.
Just speak, but I keep forgetting that Helicon is really not a people person.
was
There's
the only
-1
people person.
diplomacy.
Amana was the only one of us who was a people's person.
But I can motivate
Yeah.
You
Durgash.
can motivate
perfectly.
Durgash.
So if you fail, you can re-roll if you like.
No.
All right.
But-
Well,
But that doesn't work with a hero point, so it's either hero point
Yeah,
or
and
this.
Keeley's would give him the +10.
Yeah.
So, Durgash, I believe you need a 14 on the die here to succeed.
I'll
So
I'll need
sorry.
if that. Let's not write them off so quickly.
You could have had a
We'll do some
DC 9
scans.
check on this.
I'm going to hero point that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Oh, thank
Oh,
fuck.
here we go.
Okay. So there was like
I-
immediate crestfallen expression, like Alvar almost immediately burst into tears actually, as you just flat out basically told him, yeah, your wife and child are dead.
Thinker does not see what was wrong with this.
The other
started, my friend.
yeah, the children who are all adults all sort of facepalm at that, as the rest of you pipe up and try and salvage the conversation. It takes some consoling, but Alvar is like led to a seat and consoled.
He thinks thoughts. He doesn't filter them.
The
That's
most
the thing you
apt
know
character
about.
description.
That's it.
what
You've broken the
that's
character
what-
down to its
That's
base
what you
form.
need to know.
that's
About that.
Thinker.
That's the
Throwing a
character.
jellyfish behind me.
So I came
wave
into
a
this.
tentacle.
I want you guys to know. I was like, okay, Alvar is going to be sort of the rational one, right? Like, yes, 2 of his family members have left, and they're ones he really cares about. But there's more people here. It just makes more sense to focus on saving them all and not worry about the people who have lured the creature away. Thinker just coming out and saying they're dead just kind of broke something.
So I'm like Thinker. The pilot. We'll find them.
How long ago did they lead the serpent away?
Indigo probably leads things at this point. Alvar fully withdraws from the conversation. They led them away about 5 hours ago at this point. Not terribly long. And they took one of the lifeboats, so they would have just been floating down the river. But, I mean, we've got... Our ship still desperately needs some repairs. Thank you for tending to Risky. I'm glad to hear that he'll be okay. The lifeboats emit a homing signal at the very least, so it should be possible to sense it if your sensors are online and working still.
I think we should start with getting the curiosity out of the river first. And then we'll focus on finding
Lonnie will pipe up.
the escape.
We can begin working on emergency repairs at the very least ourselves. If If that creature is still after the lifeboat and they're still alive, then every second counts, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right. If you feel safe enough here, then we'll proceed. Try and find that life raft.
Telepathically to Amara, I'm gonna go. They're dead, right? I'm not wrong about that. Am I wrong about that?
Oh, all right, we don't party chat anymore. I can't.
You do not have the group chat anymore.
This is just to Amara. Only Amara gets to tell me I'm stupid.
Let's
Meh.
we'll see. Con, if you're done there, let's sit back to the ship and move on.
Yeah, we should.
As I turn, I glare at Thinker.
Thinker
Control your thoughts.
Telepathic
Right.
Thinker goes, what? They're dead. They chased away an actual Leviathan. You don't survive that.
I don't think that. It's walk away.
Jassit's like throwing some things into an item. Hey, before you guys leave, it's not really much, but as thanks, I suppose, I'd like to give you some things.
Won't say no.
Yeah. I think helps appreciate.
He will sort of fills a pack full of a couple different things and just throws it your way, and then immediately follows it up by throwing a fucking cannon at you.
Cannon?
Yeah. Specifically, a stellar cannon.
Hey, yo.
Advanced version. So, a funny martial weapon that's an area fire weapon. And is already advanced, so it is a +1 striking version. The bag itself, also, are you guys taking a look at it now, or do you wait till you go back to your ship to look at it?
We should get back to the ship, I think.
Sure. All right, you guys. Now that Risky has been ensured that he'll be safe and fine, they begin going about making some rapid repairs to the ship so that they can hopefully fix it up and get it out. Realistically, them sinking into the river was kind of their own fault because the ship was damaged when they arrived, but instead of doing repairs, they're like, oh, let's start taking samples and figure out where we are. Repairing the ship can come later. And when they figured out that, oh shit, we're in the River of Souls, we should probably actually fix up the ship, that's when the Astral Leviathan appeared to them. And kind of bit into the ship and prevented some things.
And killed mom and child, yeah.
Right, and that's when you guys appeared. So, you guys make it back to the Primarata and are able to begin scanning for the homing signal of the lifeboat, if you would like, and heading off. As for some of the other items they gave you guys, the most valuable is certainly the Ring of Sustenance they provide to you. Which, hey ho, who wants to not have to sleep? That's also just really valuable. It's also just really valuable. They also give you a Field Scientist toolkit as a tactical version.
Oh, I will take that.
So a bonus to your recall knowledge checks on nature and probably life science lore. They also give you guys about 500 UPB in general.
Hell yeah!
And just the funniest
people,
thing.
their wives are dead more often.
Actually, yeah, I feel like Thinker should not be allowed to take that Field Scientist toolkit.
Why not?
Punishment for your crimes.
One crime I've committed.
Yeah.
Wait, Durga moved it over. It's fine.
My social faux pas.
Right. You were told by Desna you're coming to try and help people, and you just immediately crushed their hope.
Yeah, I'm not going to give them false hope.
They
What kind
also
of monster would do that?
do give you guys a couple of healing items from their med bay. They couldn't really access it for risky because of the psych elementals, but Jasset sort of ran over and grabbed a few things for you guys, including 2 lesser healing potions, 2 sets of spray flesh, and a tactical hypopen. And the
Very
hypopen
kind of them.
is something that allows you to remove fatigued or paralyzed, or just flat decrease your sickened or clumsy. Very, very fun. So, some useful items for yourselves. But as you guys hop into the Primarata and begin searching down the River of Souls, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So stand up, stretch, grab some water. Think on your crimes, people. And I will see you all in a few minutes.
I'm like,
you're good
yeah,
with
I'm
Bethany.
talking. Oh, there's a button I should push.
There is a button you're supposed to push. Congratulations.
Hi back. I'm thinker of thoughts. I'm that one motherfucker who needs to keep their mouth shut.
Why do I do this?
You would need to get on the clickety-clackety on the computer and find that life pod.
Does someone
can do that.
want to explain to me, like, why? Just, let's start with that. Why?
Money can be
There's-
exchanged for goods and services.
He has no filter.
Thank you, NPC. Alrighty.
Ooh.
So, we are beginning to make our way down the River of Souls, is it? It's actually not terribly difficult to pick up the lifeboat signal. Once you sort of know what you are looking for, it's pretty easy to pick it up, especially since you guys got long-range scanners now. Yippee! Your budget short-range ass ones might not have been able to find it. But some advanced long-range sensors, those pick it up, although pretty faintly. But you guys are able to begin flying the Primarata along the River of Souls, trying to reach the signal. The river, like as you're up close to it, is this huge current of just silvery and blue ectoplasm. Ghostly figures of all sorts of ancestries and species are dragged through the river at surprising speed. Some of them, like, struggling against the current, moaning, wailing in grief, but not making any sort of progress. The river is fast, it's powerful, there's no shore to reach, or really any obstacle in the river that a soul might take shelter in, aside from these occasional massive fucking bones. You guys sort of follow the river. You guys are actually going upstream right now, away from the boneyard, thankfully. But navigating the River of Souls in and of itself is a dangerous experience, because the river will try and carry you off. So I am going to need some different checks from people in their different roles. Mainly, we've got our pilot. I'm assuming going to be Amara. I think that's fair, Amara, to take the ring, unless anyone else really wants it.
I'll do it. No, don't let me do it.
Enjoy the ring.
Durgesh takes up piloting for those 2 hours where Amara sleeps. The ship immediately crashes. We are going to need someone who's sort of in charge of assisting. We're going to need someone to do the actual navigating, which is going to be computers, to analyze the surroundings, determine the course to take that'll actually get you guys safely. We are going to need someone that can assist the pilot, which is more so going to be acrobatics or athletics to do that. And then we're going to need someone who's going to be sort of on the more magical side, religion or occultism, to help sort of anticipate to the currents of the river, the souls traveling along it, and any strange movements it might choose to make. So, whoever would like to be in charge of those roles, We are going to need them.
I can navigate. I think I have the highest computers of the crew.
Okay.
Helicon could probably do the last bit, trying to anticipate how things go. He does have decent religion.
Sure.
Looks like I get the athletics.
Everyone gets to do something they're decent with. All right. Let's go ahead and start with the navigation roll from Thinker.
$33.
Fantastic. Charting an easy course that should keep the ship on the fastest possible path. Helicon, let's get your roll to try and, going off of what Thinker has just charted, account for any variables that might occur.
All right.
Phenomenal. Easily helping to create some redundancies in the charted course, just in case some of the more volatile areas of the current might cause something to shift that you guys will need to react to. Let's go ahead and get the piloting and athletics checks simultaneously from Amara and Durgesh. To do the actual piloting and the assisting with it.
Reroll.
Yes, that is a failure and a crit fail, respectively.
I will use my final hero point.
Do you want to use your final hero point, or do you want to receive some assistance from a Helicon, potentially? Because I believe Helicon, you have something you could use here, if you would like.
I do, if he's within 10 feet of me for this, yeah.
So up to you, Durgesh, if you'd like to use the hero point and get Keeley's, or if you just want a reroll.
I will reroll, use his ability since it never gets used.
Fantastic. Amara, a 32 is a crit success for you. Yeah, reroll and keep higher.
All right. Well, that's
you get to keep the 2.
Come on.
At the very least, it's not a crit fail anymore.
It was straight to the edge of the 22.
And the good news is you guys are able to continue. Some of the currents do require a bit of an extra hand and force from just what Amara is able to perform on her own. But in some of those crucial moments, Durgesh is just not quite fast enough to react. The ship gets caught in the current every now and then. It doesn't damage the ship or anything, but it does cost you guys some time and perhaps some other problems. As the ship sort of rocks in one of these currents, a mass of undulating astral forms, some of them amorphous blobs, others warped silhouettes of recognizable species, sort of create the silver tide as they surge towards the ship, clambering onto the ship's hull, trying to grasp and pull themselves free of the river itself. As this happens, the lights dim and flicker. Amara, in the pilot's seat, you recognize as the ship immediately loses speed, the engines whining beneath the extra sort of almost supernatural burden placed on the ship.
Come on, baby.
Thinker, can you give me an engineering lore check real quick?
Yep.
Public is fine for this. A 15. Okay, that is a failure, if you would like to do anything about that.
Not a saving throw. I can use my final hero point.
Up to you if you want to.
I will.
Okay.
I have other ways to reroll.
Fantastic. Yeah. As you sort of take a moment, flick through some of the instruments, it becomes quite apparent to you these souls clinging to the hull are draining the Primarata's power. That brand new beautiful power core you guys got set up, its battery is being drained. there's probably a couple ways you think of you could try and deal with this. If anyone wanted to like run and hop on a gun, potentially shoot some of them off, you could potentially do, or at least like disperse them with the shots. You might be able to do like a controlled power surge to shake off the souls and get a burst of speed with it. You could also have someone like Halicon, who's sort of on the magic or science side of things, try and disguise the life signs aboard the ship, which might make these souls lose interest. Hard to tell. But those might be some of the things you could try. This music is far too calm. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Where's my sinister music? City intrigue. We don't want that shit.
City intrigue.
Yeah. No, we want, I don't know, let's go sci-fi atmosphere. Maybe that'll have something good for this. I don't want to just start a combat track, because it's not really combat. But there are souls clinging to the ship, draining its power.
I think that I could try a controlled burst through the system. That would be, I assume, engineering?
Engineering or crafting could work for it, yeah.
Definitely crafting, then.
Okay.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, go for it.
Sounds good.
Otherwise, I could shoot it with a gun.
Yeah. Either of those would
Ready
be
to let his
options.
Let me make my crafting check, then.
Sounds good. An 18 is a failure, thinker.
God damn it.
So you try and activate the core, send a burst of power through the ship's hull. Unfortunately, it either doesn't have any effect or it is far too weak of a shock. Some of the souls lose their grip, but the Primarata is continuing to slow down even further. On a failure at this point, I would like... Halicon, can you roll a d4 for me? And Amara, can you roll a d10 for me?
Alright.
Okay. The ship's portside shield begins to lose energy from the souls draining it. That shield loses 6 points on that failure. Durgesh, if you wanted to hop on the gun and try and disperse them that way, you can. If you guys have something else you'd like to try, you can also do that.
I'll go with some of the blap blap from the turret.
Fantastic. You will notice, Durgesh, I updated the weapons in your inventory for the ship.
I did. Look at this.
Look at this. A 29.
See?
Absolutely a success. You want to go ahead and roll some damage for me?
Yeah, that's roll some
Stupid
damage.
linked weapon, 4d12, kind of cracked.
Yeah, baby.
It's big damage. I honestly have no idea if linked should still be a thing. Bleh.
I mean,
We're
Link
kind of
just
flying
makes
blind.
Link just makes 2 light slots,
Yeah.
sort of similar to a heavy slot. It's not overpowered, I don't think.
Yeah, it's the weird thing is we're like half 1E rules, half trying to adapt it to 2E.
Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of play testing. We don't actually know if things will be super balanced or not most of the time. I think it's fun. You guys had more than enough BP to do that on your ship still, so a massive firing of your new plasma cannons, Durgesh. Just a quick sweep of the hull, kind of getting both sides of it, immediately blasts into a number of these souls. The ones that are hit are evaporated by the flame. The other ones simply choose to let go at this point because, no thank you. Don't want to deal with that.
Durgesh sweep.
Quite literally, Durgesh sweep.
Silence wins again.
Absolutely. And with that, the ship will definitely be able to continue forward along that initial plan. Can I get perception checks from everyone who has a view of the river right now. Whether that's through the sort of main view screen of the Primarata or some other way.
I assume I do.
Sure.
I'll
assume
just
I
shoot
do
him
as
again,
well,
so
since
I
I was
assume I do.
navigating.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I was on power core. I would be in the back of the ship.
Okay. Fair enough. Durgesh and Halicon, as Amara is sort of wrestling with the current and the ship, especially as it gets a kick of power back, trying to keep everything in control here, the two of you notice something else out on the river, something not being picked up by the ship's scanners.
Uh-oh.
Something also sailing against the current with much more ease than you guys are, leaving a turbulent wake behind it. What approaches is not a starship, but a boat. Long, narrow, entirely black, aside from where it has been festooned with skulls and bones and garlands of white flour. Standing at the rear of the boat is a single solitary figure, features completely enshrouded by a black robe and hood. Not through the ship's comms, but just reverberating throughout the entire ship. A voice reaches all of you. Are you lost, travelers? You're going the wrong way.
Nope, not lost.
Could I roll a recall knowledge?
Absolutely.
Like this seems like
Sounds
this
religious.
death.
It's the devil from the Bible.
It's the Reaper, man. The boatkeeper.
Hey man, don't fear the Reaper.
Grim Viper.
Hey, that's one of Kimana's early songs.
Do you think I can reference it?
Interesting. Does anyone else, aside from Halicon, want to make recall knowledges?
Am I given a description of this thing over comms? And if giving a description would be enough for me to make a recall
I mean, you can
knowledge?
make your way back to the bridge as this is happening.
Is
Oh,
that
sure.
a fucking ship?
No, it's a boat.
Is that the fucking boatkeeper from Ultra Kill?
From what?
Oh. Don't worry about it.
It's the game Thinker's old form was developing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Halicon and Thinker, both of you clock onto different things looking at this. Halicon, you see this thing. You recognize the River of Soul, how it all works. It is what connects to the Boneyard of Pharasma. And all of Pharasma's servants, or at least many of them, are psychopomps. Creatures meant to help fairy souls to the afterlife. This ferryman you're seeing seems to be perhaps some sort of unique psychopomp, likely in service to Pharasma that helps guide perhaps resistant souls in the River of Souls along. Thinker, you look at this, and you might think of the same things. You also recall something else that could be what this is. An aspect of death from long before the gap, truly ancient times. Being worshipped by demonic cults. The Rider of Death, Charon. Could be that.
Could be both.
So either you've got a demonic horseman or a psychopomp in service to Pharasma. Or something else entirely. Honestly, could be any of them.
Either way, I think we should leave and also not shoot at it.
I don't think we should choose it at all.
What?
No,
yeah,
it
No.
will either summon a god to kill us, or it is a god and will kill us.
The voice, as you guys are saying this, once more reverberates through the ship. You're going the wrong way, travelers.
Well, we're trying to find someone to help. They went this way.
I'm kind of curious, actually. Does anyone mind?
Yes.
Probably. You gonna be as mean to him as you were to that poor family?
No, he could kill me.
Amara, as you first say that, we're going after someone who's this way, you notice the air in the bridge around you growing almost icy cold. Your own heartbeat you can feel beginning to slow as this boat, which is faster than the Primarata, is approaching.
Oh no.
Perhaps tell him that we're going after people who are definitely still alive and shouldn't be in this river in the first place. We are not messing with any of the rest.
I am a ferryman by trade. I have long traversed these waters. Come,
I'm gonna be
board
so
my
for real,
vessel.
y'all, I'm 90% sure he can just hear us.
Where?
I will make sure
on
you
a
reach your
mission-
final destination.
No, our final destination is
no.
that way.
No final destinations needed right now. I still
We're
have
on
some
a
time.
mission of we're on a mission of mercy from Desna herself.
And we'll reach our final destination inevitably, but not today.
Can you hear us?
We're on a mission from God.
Can you not say that?
I will allow one of you guys to make a diplomacy check aided by anyone else who would like to.
I do not want to aid. I have a 0.
I know everyone has 0 or lower.
I'm sorry, Durkesh.
It's all on you, my man.
16.
If-
That is a failure.
I have 1 hero point left. Let's do.
Can I do anything for Durkesh? Nope.
25.
25. Quite nice.
I cast Agonizing Despair on Durkesh.
Stop it.
On
Maybe that'll
Durgesh.
help. It might help.
Fantastic. Yeah. As you you guys are like, some of you near panic, it seems, saying this aloud. Did you guys turn on the ship's speakers?
Oh, I'm just talking.
Or are you
to
guys
the
just
panic.
talking?
Oh, I was
Keep
just
talking.
talking. I didn't
Okay.
turn on the
Yeah.
speakers when I asked my question.
Sure. That is entirely reasonable. This thing
You're
hears
just
you either
fighting
way.
too
I was just curious.
Yeah, well, I asked it a question. I was like, can you hear us?
It didn't answer. It just kept talking.
God, fucking prick. To be clear, that's Destiny
okay.
saying fucking prick, not thing. Jericho?
An important distinction.
Jericho, want to be clear here, alright?
As you all are, saying, no, we know where we're going. We're trying to help some people. And a bit of Durgesh's persuasive power, compared with, honestly, just telling the truth, causes this ferryman to laugh, reverberating throughout the ship, a very dry, sort of rasping laugh. It almost sounds like the rattling of old bones.
Okay, so he can definitely fucking hear us.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Are you kidding me? But following the laugh, the voice will say once more, I shall depart for now, dear travelers. All too soon, the time will come when you board my ferry. And the ferryman will take the large oar in their hand, adjust their vessel with a very slight touch of the water of it, and the boat sort of slips around the Primarata and quickly heads down a river once more, sort of leaving only the currents and yourselves behind.
So we're all on the same page. That was like a fucking god, right?
Something like that, yeah.
We keep running into them. First Desna, now this.
I want you to know,
Jesus Christ.
had Durgish failed that check, this guy would have absolutely just started towing your boat down towards the boneyard. He would have thrown a rope and just started tugboating you guys.
How about no?
And been like, follow me to the afterlife.
How about he doesn't do
it.
that?
And that's how he died.
I'm going to say from here, Amara, give me one more piloting roll here, just to get a general idea of how long it's going to take you to reach the sign from here. 25, quite good. I'm going to say it takes about 2 minutes, which does mean your port shield recovers a little bit. Not quite up to full, but it does get quite a decent amount back. And eventually, as the signal grows stronger on your guys' scanners, you guys approach and can see ahead of you, lashed to an island of bones and surrounded by sort of floating wreckage, there is a very battered yellow and purple craft. From the sort of mist and ethereal current, you watch a massive serpentine beast emerge. Asymmetrical fins, a ridge of spikes along its spine, sort of erupting from the mist to bite down on this vessel, which it rocks sort of precariously as this massive leviathan gnaws at the bulwark of it. Before, as it is doing this, you guys watch the craft's airlock open.
Holy shit, they're alive.
Yeah. I mean, the ship looks heavily damaged. It's been gnawed on by this Leviathan for a couple minutes now, for certain. But the airlock opens and an android figure stands in the doorway. He takes a pistol, fires it into the air, which causes an orange flare to arc out of it, and then he jumps in the river. Which, as he does so, causes the Leviathan to let go of the vessel, stop gnawing on it, and with a deafening roar that definitely piques your ship's microphones, pursues after this figure, diving into the current, both of them vanishing from sight.
Did we get descriptions of what the wife and child look like?
Yes, they... If you
okay.
wanted it, I didn't give it to you there, but if you guys asked, they would have told you.
Probably would have gotten descriptions, right, guys?
I don't know, I feel like you were trying to push Thinker away as fast as possible.
Wouldn't have. Let's be clear. Thinker wouldn't have. But I'm sure that one of us is thoughtful and a kind, compassionate, caring humanoid.
Yeah.
Minimum, one of us.
Okay. Yes, then they would have let you know that the two people who took the life raft were Majrit Wise, the female human who is the sort of family head, and the youngest child, an android named Bennu Wise.
So Bennu jumped in the river.
Well,
Looks
we
like
should probably,
it.
do something about that.
You guys are a bit of a distance away, but you can absolutely begin approaching at this point. Do you want to just approach the lifeboat, or are you looking out for wherever this Leviathan is?
Now that we can see the lifeboat, can I just set our scanners to look for the Leviathan?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a computers check. Okay. as you sort of change the scanner to focus on that massive beast you just noticed, it does sort of one last pass of the lifeboat and its entire range. One creature is alive on the lifeboat right now. You do not detect any other life signs in range, though. Aside from the
Not even
Leviathans.
Would the River of Souls, like, hide the life form of the android? Or
You've
do
got
androids...
no clue, but theoretically, if he's not showing up on the scanners, he's dead.
I can't make a recall knowledge about how this shit works.
I'll allow you to try. If anyone else would like to, they're welcome to as well.
Yeah. I don't know if androids have souls.
I know they dream of electric sheep. Or if you wanted to, you know, phrase that in a different way, total recall.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Someone
Who
say
rolled their
funny.
recall knowledge as the Primarata? I guess I
Oh,
put you
I
guys
had
on
a
this
prima-
map where you could only choose the Primarata.
Shit. Yeah, that's on you, Mr. Jericho.
That was very funny, though. I got Halicons just fine.
Yeah, mine was on the Primor. I rolled what's the Primarata.
Very funny.
I'll re-roll mine.
Even funnier.
Did I get a crit? Did I crit fail?
Yeah.
Ah.
Went from a
Supposed to be
decent roll to
me.
a nat one. But that's okay. Halicon. From what you are aware, androids have souls. They have life signs like anyone else. They're quite advanced creatures. They don't quite go to the boneyard like others when they die. They go through a process known as... Why can I not recall the term? Because I'm stupid. They go through a process known as renewal, effectively.
Yeah.
They effectively constantly reincarnate, in a sense. But he should have a life sign, and the River of Souls, as far as you can tell, doesn't hide life signs at all. Considering you guys were able to detect the life signatures on the Curiosity just fine, which was almost fully submerged in the river, it shouldn't be an issue. It is very likely Bennu is, at this point, already dead if the scanner's not picking him up.
Well, save who we can. And also
do you mean?
shoot
They're
that
both
thing,
alive.
I would say.
What do you mean?
Are they?
Androids don't have souls. He's alive.
I don't...
Would
I-
we be detecting his life sign if he was swallowed by it?
Someone needs to get Thinkers and Compassion training stat.
Yeah.
Where's the empathy module in the ship systems?
Hey, Thinker made a recall knowledge. And the knowledge that Thinker
did.
recalled is that androids have souls. They have souls, and you should be able to, and you should, you know. And the
Thinker,
River of Souls
may I
hides
offer you a
red
recommendation?
Yeah, what's up?
Stop talking while you're behind.
It's honestly funnier.
Maybe
Oh,
we
rather
can't
than-
detect. Maybe we can't detect its soul or life signs because they're inside the Leviathan.
Rather
a
than worry
possibility.
about the philosophical details right now, I'm gonna go
But we
man
also-
one of the guns, yeah?
We also can't detect the Leviathan, can we? Or
Oh no, you
can
picked that
we
shit
detect-
up.
Oh, okay.
With the 29 on your
Maybe-
computers, yeah, you know that fucker's there. Big boy's
I think I can see the
hungry. Ready? Speed rotate. Wee.
Get rotated, idiot.
Get rotated, idiot. Was it just scroll wheel as fast as possible?
We're gonna rotate this man.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to, Halicon goes to hop on one of the guns, potentially. If you guys want to begin preparing to attack this Leviathan here, you are welcome to do so. And we shall go ahead and engage in some ship combat.
Oh boy, this is a really small grid.
It's a very small grid, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy that massive movement speed you just gave yourselves.
Why would they do this to us?
Well, the secret is we got that movement speed to run away, not to maneuver.
There you go. Okay, so as you guys hop on stations, what station are people putting themselves on to start here? Again, you have your pilot, of course. You have the science officer, the engineer, the captain, and the gunner. Each one has different actions they can do, and different things that can be done. Who's going to be where?
The only role that Helicon can do anything in would be gunner.
Fantastic. I will go ahead. Durgesh has done a wonderful job of already sort of making ship weapons as actual items so they can be fired from your inventory or from your character sheet. So I will go ahead and give you one of each of those as well, Halicon. Just so you can potentially fire pretty easily, because otherwise it's a different to hit modifier depending on who's shooting, so it doesn't really work to put it on the starships sheet very easily. But there you go for them. So we've got Halicon. Which firing arc are you hopping into right now? Forward, aft, or turret?
It depends on whether someone else is planning to go on gunnery here and whether they are better at it.
I'm probably comparable to you. Because
And how about
you're just trained in, right?
I am expert currently. If it is martial weapon proficiency.
It is martial weapon proficiency, yes. And then your dexterity modifier to fire.
Okay, my dex is +3. I'm actually pretty good at this then.
You guys are both tied.
Oh, excellent. You take the turret then. I'll take the front.
Okay.
I mean, I could always take over as cap.
You could do some captain rolls if you would like. Remember, you guys each are going to have 3 actions as per usual, and can spend 1 action at a time. You can spend one of your actions on your turn moving to a different position. So whatever you choose here at the start, you are not forced into staying into. I'm also going to give you guys the option. I know we still have about half an hour left on session. Thinker has to dip out here for the night. I'm happy to run this fight as is with us. If you guys would like to wait and have full group for it, I'm also content to do that, whichever you guys would prefer.
I think we should have the full group because we don't do starship stuff very often.
We don't do it very often. I will say, trying to do a living creature like this was probably the weirdest thing to figure out. So I'll also gladly, we've got some time here. If you guys have any recommendations, because this is a living creature, so theoretically it takes on multiple combat roles, but still only gets its general 3 actions per turn. Meaning it is very limited in what it can do compared to a full starship of players. But also I will ask Amara, Halicon, how do the two of you feel?
I think we should have the whole party.
Okay.
I think I like waiting more. It also lets me go to bed earlier, which is appreciated.
Oh yes, because you did not get a nap.
Yeah, at least today. Like it's usually perfectly fine. But...
then we shall end off here as we begin combat with this Astral Leviathan. Thank you guys so much for playing. I do so hope you enjoyed. And hey, already saved some lives. Maybe we can save some more next week. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all then.
All
Thank
right,
you, Mr.
10 hell dive.
Bye-bye!
Bye.